and welcome to Live with Rex, episode 130. So I'm currently doing a little bit of gaming before we get into it. I'm just finishing up this game that I'm playing. I'm playing a game that I got told to check out quite a few times by people. It's made by Rockstar, the creators of Grand Theft Auto, so I kind of knew it'd be good, but LA Noire, something I'm currently playing through. But in this stream, we are planning to be as productive as possible. I want to get some things done.
Nelson, I went straight for the law when I saw the car was full of blood. When you saw blood, was it wet, bright red, or darker like it is now? Darker, I'd say. Looked dry already. Thank you for your help, Mr. Moe. We'll contact your employer if we need anything more from you. If you have to,
But
I guess.
this won't be a long stream, and I have it's one of those ones like I think it was Monday. Yeah, it was Monday where I had to go back to work after the fact. So this is one of these streams where I have to back to work. So we got this stream now. Hold Y when next to a vehicle to make your partner drive. Alright. Oh, so I can make the other guy drive. That's cool. Alright, I'm game for that. Oh, it makes him skip to this and oh, that's not fun. Alright. Well, I suppose from here we're kind of sorted. So I'm going to put the game down in just a moment and we're going to get sorted. I think we're going to work on that back shelf just for the stream. That kind of makes the most sense. Like, in terms of what I need to get done, so we're going to do that. The main Ivar shelf, the corner one, we're not going to touch in the stream. It just makes more sense to leave it. I'll have help to do that one soon, so there's that. We're going to rearrange the games and stuff because I bought more since I last done it and I've not really thought it through in terms of how it looks, so yeah. That's what we're going to do. But yeah, how's everyone's Wednesday? Mine is I was already at work and I've got to go back to work, which I'm dreading. But I suppose it's more money that we can then invest in this channel and stuff like that. But yeah, pretty much just gonna be just finishing this last bit here, going to the save point. That's a game I recommend you check out if you're able to play it. LA Noire. Actually, quite a lot of fun. I got basically told this game's a little bit like Grand Theft Auto, so you'll kind of enjoy it, and it's got some Grand Theft Auto-esque aspects to it. Apparently I just went over a speed bump and now I've landed the car on top of someone else's car. And we're going to call it a day for that. So let me show you what we're going to be working on. So this shelf here, I'm not completely pleased with the organisation of it. There's still Lego and stuff on here that needs to be reorganised. The games, I'm going to change up as well. That's kind of the main purpose of what we're going to get done in the stream. So I'm going to sort the Lego Indiana Jones stuff out. That needs done. The DeLorean, I don't believe, like, apart from maybe the odd bit like this door, which as part of opening it now has to shoot parts of it off, but like that is something that needs fixed. Look at the dust on that windshield. Don't even want to know how dusty the interior is. See? Door. So that's one of the many things that has to be sorted. Small things like that. Obviously, we still got all the stuff with this shelving to do, but we're not doing that in this stream. We're holding off on that. So that's kind of where things are. The order that I'm planning to reorganize things in is we're going to do this shelf for this stream. Might leak over into the next stream with what Lego stuff is done. Then we're going to work on that. Then the glass cabinet, and then it'll be a case of putting minifigures and stuff like that back on shelves. Also, we're like just shy of 200 subscribers away from the 4,000 subscriber live build, which will be really fun. And give me a second, I'll show you guys, as a little reminder, what we're building for 4,000 subscribers. Anyone who didn't see the vote or isn't fully aware, you'll like this. Put the chair away. Fold that chair I use when I'm gaming. Just a camping chair, because I've had some comments asking that. For 4,000 subscribers, which we are 201 subscribers away from at the current moment, we'll be building this, the 2008 AT-AP, from which is marketed as a Revenge of the Sith set. It's interesting, it's got Kashyyyk box art and stuff like that. Wow, this is a cool box. Really do like this. The way it does the minifigures and stuff like that. Really nicely done. But it gives you two shock troopers, which these shock troopers with the white hips were exclusive to this set. They were in other sets, but with the black hips. Little random fact there. But yeah, hope that gives you an interesting teaser of what is to come. But we'll start by just, I think I'm tempted just to take everything off every little bit of shelving here. With the exception of the B-wing, we'll do that just so it's like starting fresh. There's some things I'm going to put over here just for safety. And we're going to do it that way. Just everything onto the bed, that way I can start fresh and play about with the organisation a bit better. So this stream will be an hour max, babe. I don't know, it depends how quickly I do this. It shouldn't take entirely too long to do, so there's that. You should tell somebody who does buy a hell of a lot of physical games. Because looking at it, there's got to be a better way of doing this. I have had a think about it, and I've kind of come up with some ideas in my head on how to do this. Or at least how to do it a bit more effectively. So, all this top bit, we will potentially focus on today. I'm also trying to get this to be, actually efficient, which is kind of the problem. Because it's not efficient. Right, so the PS1 games will most likely just stay where they are, because that makes a lot of sense, to be honest. Just to keep those there, because of the way that they are, so I'm happy just to do that. I'm going to get a drink before we go any further. So just got an email there. Let's see what this is about. Ah, right, it's some eBay emails. I've started buying Star Wars action figures, sealed ones from, years ago. Some of the more retro ones, I've been making a display of them. So that's what some of that will be. All right then. So, thinking. Right, I think I know what we're going to do with this. So the games are going to start more this way so that they're more accessible. And back the way will be stuff that I don't really go for as much or need as much. So we'll start with Xbox and Xbox One games over here. I'm just going to categorize them together. Seeing as the Xbox One and original Xbox are consoles I don't really have much for. So that would probably make more sense. Obviously 360 games will go there. But not the most entertaining live stream you'll get, but it's something that I'm able to get out today. No, I like doing these daily. Right, where's the original Xbox games at? Right, those have clearly been buried. Wow, they actually have been. Some great thinking there on my part. Where are they? That's the planning and efficiency. Well done, me. Crap. Right, because those are the Platinum PS2 games. There they are. Found them. They stayed as a bundle, which helps. The Xbox 360 is the console I primarily buy games for, so it would probably make a lot of sense for that console, like, to have that bit more space, which is why I'm kind of condensing and changing. I'll show you what more about it. You can see I've got that bit there. It's kind of what we're working on. Move that like that. Plus, that means it's more accessible to me because it's the Xbox I tend to play the most. I do need to make sure that LA Noire is the game at the top of the pile, or at one of the tops, just because that's the game I'm currently playing. I don't have it organised in a way, it's kind of randomised. See, when I'm deciding what I want to play, I just do random number generator on all the games I've got in my collection and just let it pick what the hell we're doing. That's a game I'm handing off to a friend, so I don't need that in the pile. Sleeping Dogs. It's an interesting game you can play. So we'll start it off as being kind of free, these towers, and go from there. PlayStation 2 stuff can go there. Plus, this means instead of 2 individual slots, there's 1, so that works a bit better. For the Xbox games that aren't free at 60, Grand Theft Auto 4, Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, Grand Theft Auto Episodes from Liberty City, we got Dead Rising, Lego Batman, the video game, Call of Duty World at War. That's in my top 10 favourite games from that era of that generation of gaming. What else we got? Jim, there's a few here I've not played, like 007 Legends is one of the ones. Again, random number generators how I'm doing this. Just to make it interesting. We've got Original Saints Row, we've got Flash Impact. Assassin's Creed 2. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. I'm just organising something. Those are some games that I said I'd give over to a friend that I have some duplicate copies of because I bought like bundles off the internet, kind of thing. Lego Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars, one of a very underrated game. The one that everyone remembers is the Complete Saga, and people talk about the newer one, but Lego Star Wars 3 is brilliant. Call of Duty Ghosts is a good game. PlayStation 2, that is Sonic Plus Mega Collection. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Minecraft Xbox 360 edition. PlayStation 2 games, we've got Dead or Alive 2. Grand Theft Auto 3. WRC 2 Extreme. See, the reason I've got so much is I'm somebody who buys a lot of games, and when me and my co-workers get paid, we always kind of go out to some retro game places. Yeah, no worries, man. I should be alive then. We've got the Getaway Black Monday for PlayStation 2. We've got Adventure Time, The Secret Nameless Kingdom. That's a game I did start at one point. I never completed it. Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Star Wars Bombard Racing for the PlayStation 2. Medal of Honor Rising Sun. GT Racers. The PlayStation 2. Lego Star Wars, the original trilogy for PlayStation 2. International Supercarts for the PlayStation 2. So that's quite a fun game, actually. Gears of War 3. The only Gears of War game I've played recently is Gears of War Judgment, but I've heard a lot of good things about the other games, so I'm going to get into those again. I played them years ago, to be fair. Batman Arkham City. Put that there. Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy for Xbox 360. Halo Reach. I'm going to use that middle bit is where I keep the controller when I'm not using the console, so it'll go up on the other two sides. Call of Duty Black Ops, that's one of the more recent ones I've picked up and I've played a little bit of. Black Ops 2, I'll just put on top of it. Not trying to organise it, but if little bits like that just happened, then fair enough. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, brilliant game. Lego Movie, the video game. Not one I've got a whole bunch of nostalgia for, but I did play it when it came out, so I've got some fond memories of it. Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2. It's not the best Force Unleashed game, but it's a good game. Race Driver Grid. That's quite a fun game. Forza Motorsport 3 is a game I played a lot of years ago. Alan Wake I've not played yet, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. What else we got? We've still got loads. Lego Indiana Jones Original Adventures. I recently started to replay that. It's quite a fun game. Yeah, fair enough. We're just doing this kind of back portion of the shelves today. But yeah, it's quite a fun Lego game. Recently, me and a friend of mine, because we got the Xbox 360s to connect to the internet, we've been co-op playing Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, which feels weird to play that game without the other person being in the room with you. The Simpsons game. That's quite a fun game. It's one of the more expensive Xbox 360 games. Dynasty Warriors 5 Empire. That's a very addictive game to play. I have a lot of fun with that one. That's one of these double packs. So see if you bought like an Xbox 360 bundle. If I remember right, it was the Elite. I think it was the Elite Xbox in 2008. You bought that console as a bundle, and you got Indiana Jones: The Original Adventures and Kung Fu Panda, because that movie came out. Wow, an 18-year-old movie. Crazy. Alright, at the top of that, I will put LA Noire, because that's the game I'm currently playing, so I know where it is, when I want to change it. Gears of War 2. Viva Pinata, that's a fun game. Call of Duty 3. The original Gears of War. Kinect Adventures. I don't know why the hell I have that, but it's a game that you cannot trade into retro game stores because they will refuse to take it. Called me old. They're not wrong. I'm 23. I'm old. I am more of a retro. I do play some modern games. Granted, I am still. It's been 6 years, and I've still not bought a console from this generation. Well, so that's like what, Xbox Series X or PS5. I'm buying a PS5, I think, next month. I mostly play games from the 90s and 2000s. Speaking of a really good game, right? This game's fun. You get to kill. Thought it was 47. Wow. So that would make me what? Born 1979. Wow. That's nuts. A really fun game, and I believe this one is on Xbox Series X. I think this one got a remaster. You go around killing zombies. I can't say what kind of or zombies because you would. Well, I think YouTube would have a problem with it. But Wolfenstein's a fun game. 47. That's nuts. You know what? They didn't say 50. I'll take that. I'll take that. MW3. In fact, I was in one of these stores the other day, right? And I didn't buy it. Granted, it was 20 quid, so I probably should have. But they had the it probably is the same now. Granted, I've not bought a newer the last Call of Duty I bought upon release was Black Ops 3. I didn't really buy any of the ones after that. But you would get a special kit with these, like extra stuff for pre-ordering the game. That was available. I might go back and buy that over the next week if it's still there. And Sega Rally is quite a fun, driving game. Is that all the 360 stuff to go back up? No, we got Grand Theft Auto 5. That needs to go up. Do you know what? Now that I've condensed the Xbox One with the original Xbox games and put the 360 stuff there, that's a hell of a lot neater. And for my convenience, I probably won't be playing my Xbox again today anyway, because I have to go back to work after this, because it's like a split shift type thing. I ended up buying a new controller while I was out. Now, your friends probably find this funny that I use a wired controller. The Xbox 360 did have wireless, but I can't be bothered with batteries or charge kits. And to be honest with you, I'm just happy with this. Though I am tempted to go buy one. I am an impulsive person, right? I will want to collect. I've just turned the 360 on by leaning on it. It's the one that was touch sensitive buttons. That console had a whole bunch of special controllers for certain games. I do want to buy some of those. Like the Call of Duty and Gears of War controllers look quite cool, so I can put that up there. Problem solved. The only controller that I don't put up in these areas is the Xbox One controller, because I use the Xbox One for YouTube, Netflix, Disney Plus, and watching TV. I mean, I was a kid when the Xbox 360 came out, so it would make sense. The one that you probably could think I'm older for enjoying, granted, I grew up with one's the PlayStation 2. I have quite a big PlayStation 2 collection, but that console has some fun games that have still not been remastered or you can't play them elsewhere. So like this is the PlayStation 2 side of things. What else we got to throw up there? The PlayStation 2 is one of those consoles that's like, what's the best way to explain it? The Xbox 360 and PS3 are still in this kind of thing, where the console's no longer made, they don't make games for them, but the games are not valuable for the most part. You can buy most of them for like £5. But then you take older game systems from the, let's say, 80s and early 90s, right? Where those consoles and their games are now worth more money. So my kind of logic is of the PS2 at this point, right? I've been paying attention to what I do have some PlayStation 1 games before bringing this up. But with the PlayStation 1, a lot of its more popular games, even the ones that sold really well, are now worth quite a bit of money the older they get. So I've been buying, even PS2 games I don't think I'll play. I've been buying on the off chance that, hey, later on down the line, might be worth keeping a hold of money-wise. I kind of see it as a smart idea. Not to mention, I mean, it's a library of games that I'm probably never going to get bored of anyway. And as for modern games, I do have a few. I think the newest game, I'm looking at what I've got there for the Xbox One. I'm going to guess that the newest game is Call of Duty World War II. Like, I am buying a PS5, I think, next month or the month after, because I do want to play GTA 6 when it comes out. And I do want to have one of the newer consoles, so that will be a thing. Put those games there. Buster Block, Lego Batman, the video game, World War II Tank Battle, Samurai Warriors, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, Star Wars Battlefront, Play It Pinball. The PlayStation 2 has a lot of these really fun games where it's like just all arcade games. That's one of the positives on that console. You can have a lot of fun with those. And I think I can get all of them into this section, which means I've got a lot more room. I do. Let's probably check what games in the PS2 and put that game on top. Inside the PS2 we have GT Racers. Oh, that's not going to happen. GT Race. No, there's GT Racers there. I'm doing alright. How are you? So I buy up, and apparently I drop them as well. I buy game bundles off the internet, right? To get certain games for cheap if you buy them in bundles. So I've ended up with a bunch of duplicates, which Grand Theft Auto 4, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and this one I showed off earlier. These are going to a friend. So, yeah. Because we want to try. GTA 4 had a weird ass online where it was like player to player type thing and you both had to run around as Nico Bellic. So we want to muck around with that. That looks a lot better. I probably should just bring the PS1 games over. Like move them over to there. I'm going to put the PS2 controller up there. My favourite Lego set. 2011 Super Star Destroyer. I'll show you in a minute. Right, I'll be right back. I'm going to use the toilet. Alright, I'm back. And no, there was 2 games that fell on the floor that I didn't account for. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. And we got Intellivision, which is one of those like fun compilation things on the PS2. Right. So I will put... I am basically going to have to stop myself from buying Xbox 360 games, which is very hard for me to not buy, seeing as they're so goddamn cheap and, well, so much fun. There. I mean, I could buy more and just slide it that way, but I'm going to try and have to not to do that. To be fair, that is good. We do have, like, some space that we didn't previously have. Now, there's not enough space to move the Complete Saga stand down there because the arms of the shelf would be a problem for it. But, I mean, there will be other stuff that I choose to just put up there. I might put my unopened sets up there, to be fair, so they're not in my cabin or on top of things. Plus, they can have a cool display item in the background. So when we hit 4,000 subscribers, which we're 200 away from, we're building this. Really cool set here from 2008. That'll be kind of cool. I do have like other sealed sets I'm going to get out and just put there. Just a display item. They are going to get built. I've just not found the time to build them. And some of them I have saved for live stream events. And I've had some of these sitting around for nearly 4 months. Like, we've got a sealed Luke's Land Speeder from 2010. Speaking of 2010, I have these 2 as well. We've got the battle pack for Hoth, and I have the other one that goes with this. Yes, my little backlog has become rather interesting. I need to keep an eye on the time that we're on for the stream. Because like I said, I do got to go back to work. It's the Hoth Battle Pack that you could buy in 2010. It's not a bad sealed collection. I didn't mean for this to become a thing. I legitimately, like... At the start of the year, I had this whole idea that I would live stream, you know, a build every Friday, which, say, was to buy small things like battle packs and kind of mid-sized sets in certain price range. That was going to become a thing. That was an idea that I was really game for doing. Unfortunately, I have been that busy, I've had that much things going on, that those 3 sets accumulated, right? And I've had those since the end of January. The ATAP I've had here for a few days, that set was bought to be a live stream event thing. The whole idea behind that was going to be I was going to build it for 4,000 subscribers, which we're getting there. Like, it's been over a month since I hit 3,000. But if I'm able to get 1,000 within a month and a half, then I would consider that quite good. Right. We're going to start with this top shelf, which is something I've been putting off for a while. There's some stuff up here. We've got the truck from Lego Marvel. But someone going, well, just a truck. You have more details on that. We've got the DeLorean, which came out this year, which is one of the very few 2026 sets I've actually made an effort to go buy. Pick-a-brick cup full of like box cutters, tape measures, spanners, just random assorted items. Phone and asks, the reason I've got a box cutter is due to, like, I work in a warehouse, so I'm going to have stuff like that. We have both sections of the Indiana Jones Temple Escape, which we are going to fix. I was going to put it off and just chill, but I've got someone coming over, so I'd rather it was less this was done, and I've been putting this off doing properly for the better part of, like 3 weeks now. I've been putting off actually getting this done. It's a cool set. I hate seeing it this way. To be fair, some parts of this I may require to look at pictures to remember how it goes together. We've got a box up here from 2002. This is from the Count Dooku vs. Yoda set. The Old Republic Striker Class Starfighter from 2012 is up here. I was gonna, since this was all video game stuff, I had this idea that I'd put video game based minifigures and sets up here. I may still try that. And with some slight, what looks like structural damage, we have the Back to the Future DeLorean. That's now a 4-year-old set. That's insane. And it's a set that appears to have some problems. Right, okay. Yeah, the door is just falling apart. I have some parts of the set that I've had to put in places so I know where they are. We've got the Starship Series Tantive up here as well. Now, that will go on my episode 4 shelf, most likely. That's probably the best place for it to sit. We're only going to alive for like another 20 minutes, by the way. So, I'll give myself a time frame I'm trying to work within. A part of me now secretly hopes that I could get my room tour filmed before I hit 4,000. Because I get to have this cool bit with that sealed set collection. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be nice for the live stream. Right. I am going to brave it and move the DeLorean. I've also got part of Lego Pharaoh's Quest that I put up here. I put my hands underneath. Good, it's not collapsing. It's dusty, but it's not collapsing. The structural damage to the frame, I don't know, like, when I'm going to sit down and fix that. It won't be tonight, but as long as I can fix that. The interior of this is like a desert, right? Honestly, there is slight temptation just to put the Indiana Jones set away in a box for now. I don't necessarily want to, but a part of me is questioning it just due to space and other factors. And the fact that it needs quite a lot of repair done to it, and its shape may prevent it from working with my display. Because I'll be honest, if it's between this and the DeLorean for this shelf, the DeLorean's gonna win. But then again, the DeLorean might end up in that cabinet. I don't know what, we'll put the DeLorean into my glass cabinet. I was lifting it up while I'm to assess the damage this thing has. But the lighting stuff still works. There's only one piece missing from this set, and it's one of these back parts, but I have that put away safely, so we're fine. Oh, look, a comment. DeLorean is now in the glass cabinet. It's not great, but it's out my way, which is what I want. Right, we get to find out how much fun this is to fix. When I return to 101 structural defects, like, it's not in terrible condition, it just has split, but it's not the most fun thing in the world to try and fix. I was tempted there, as you heard me, to put it in a box, but the more I think about it, the more I like this set too much to put it away in a box. Right, it's together at one end. There we go. So, all those pieces I pulled out of it, I can now get back on. Though admittedly there's some bits I don't remember where they actually go on the build. I don't think I got the greatest copy of this set. It is one that I am slightly... I got this on the cheaper end as part of a deal, and I'll admit it's one of those sets I have slight regret. Like, I like a bargain, but you ever just buy some things and go, Jesus Christ, this is not great. It didn't even come with the boulder. I have the substitute piece that they threw in, so... My temptation to get a new copy for that is quite high. Pharaoh's Quest, like I said, will be going back up here. I'll have the Old Republic Striker class Starfighter here. It seems like I have some Old Republic stuff up here, which is what I want. This box, my 360 controller, will be going here. Put that cup up here for now. The Star Wars war books and the original VHSs that I've got, they will go... Oh crap, I didn't actually think that one through. No, they can go up here. It's not the complete and you know, 100% version that you guys are seeing right now, but it's it'll do for now, and it's a lot of progress made because this looked quite bad. Parts of it still do look quite bad, but it's better. No, it won't annoy me every time I look at it, because it was for a while. As for these toppers, so I've got this and one that's Yoda. They're going to be glass cabinet material. Keep in mind, I do, and you're only seeing part of it. Unless you're not new here. We're still in the process of reorganizing things in this room. I have the original Cloud City. I've got Jango Fett Slave 1, the original UCS Millennium Falcon. I have quite a few of the rare sets. Yeah, I love it when people go, do you have anything rare? And I'll admit, I get some enjoyment out of answering that question sometimes. This is part of that Cobra attack set from Pharaoh's Quest. I'm just going to put that up there, because that shelf will not be getting dealt with for a few more days anyway. This looks so much better. Finally. So what? The productivity in this live stream's been brilliant. My display is starting to look the way I've been wanting it to the last couple of weeks. Like, there's some bits to this that really need fixing, like, still, like, and I don't think I've got time today, but, like, this box here would be one of those things. I don't know. I've not looked at it yet. I'll be honest, this year I have not been paying attention in the community too much. But I do need to have a look at this. I've not decided if I want the Mando M1 Starfighter. I don't know why, right? But when I think of that as a UCS set, some older collectors or people who really know their stuff will know what I'm going to refer to. Is it just me who looks at that and thinks, obviously they're two completely different vehicles, but I seem to think of Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter from 2010, the big UCS one. That's what immediately comes to mind when I see it. Got my other Lego DeLorean. This is the smaller one from this year. I'm going to put that against the sealed sets just so that it's something's next to them. This is that truck from Lego Marvel that I was on about, from 2012, and it's dusty. I'm going to put that up on this shelf as well. I've not really looked at the sets that are coming out. It's because I've seen the Sandcrawler. That one doesn't interest me. Because it's going to be like the 2018 one, or if Lego are really daring, it'll be smaller than that. And I remember, oh wow, that would have been bad if I'd fell. I remember getting that. It was not a bad set, but it's like, as far as the Sandcrawler goes, when I buy another one, the one that I buy will be the one from 2005. Like that original OG one. I'm going to put something back there because I thought I was going to remove all the DVDs and Blu-rays, but that just looks perfect the way it is. So I didn't see oh god, back to bad. I didn't see a particular need to move what's over this way. I started to, then I changed my mind. Right. Move this bag here. So there's not really too much else that can be done on this stream or needs to be done. I am going to take some things and put them away. See, it's great for people who don't own one. I don't want it in grey, right? That's the thing that throws me off. Because you can't, like, you could buy a Sandcrawler, right? You see the Sandcrawler in Attack of the Clones briefly. You see it in a few different ways. So if you bought a brown one, you could kind of creatively use it. You buy the grey one, it's the Mandalorian one. It's not really much more than that. I like it, but I don't know if I like it enough to buy it. Like, I don't know if it's for me. Right, I'm back. See, I have two of the older turbo tanks. I get the new turbo tank is great if you didn't have the opportunity to get the older ones, but outside of that, I'm not a fan of it. I will, but I am going to buy one because I want to make a comparison video. Because I have 2005, I have 2010. No, see, I don't know if you guys can remember these, but you used to get alt builds on Lego Star Wars sets on the box. I'm planning to do a series of those soon. You okay? Right then. So I'm going to take some bags that I need to throw out of just some things I've been doing, some clearance and stuff. Do you know what I want to build, right? So see the 2006 Star Destroyer can be turned into a cool set. I don't want to sacrifice the one that I have on the shelf for the build. I really like the 06 Star Destroyer, so my plan is you can buy one of those really cheap with no figures, I think for like 70. So I'm planning to do that. I don't exactly know when, but it's an idea that I've been floating around with that I think would be fun. The Jabba sail barge from the same year had a really cool alt build, and I would like both of those builds on my shelf. So potentially, if I can find people, I know people have done it. The way it worked, I don't have a box for either set, but basically on the back of the box, and I think in the back of the instructions, there was pictures, and people could work from the pictures, but I'd imagine now in the internet age, people have done it online. So I probably could find that someone has done a really good one on the internet and just go from that. That is always an option, I suppose. Oh man, if only I could have continued streaming, we could have got more done. There'll be anything off in a couple of moments. I'm just getting rid of some things here that, you know, I've been meaning to get rid of. The Jabba sail barge could be turned into an actual pirate ship, or I know what one you mean, yeah. And you can turn Jabba's palace into either an actual pirate ship or you can turn Jabba's sail barge into an actual pirate ship or Jabba's palace. And I've seen both, they look really, really good. Acorn Chronicles, I'll be right back. Couple more things I'm just moving around to make things a bit more convenient. Because I've been doing a little bits here and there off camera in terms of what I've been doing. So the place is not exactly neat, but doing a couple of things now to make it a bit more neater for myself. But yeah, so I hope everyone's enjoyed this stream. I'll admit this is one of my more favourite ones I've done lately, but I've got to go. It can do, but I'm happy with what we've done with the back shelf today. I like the fact that I've got my sealed collection on display. The 2 battle packs and the Land Speeder from 2010 and the 08 80AP. I love the old box of the Vader, like, and the 2010 ones. old Lego set boxes have an aura to them that newer ones just don't. And I think that's pretty damn cool. But anyway, I want to thank everyone for joining in and watching. Tomorrow, I don't know what we're focusing on. Gonna probably just small bits here and there. Friday, we might finally start on the shelf that you guys are sitting on, right? We might finally get this going. But I'll see you guys in tomorrow's stream. Thank you very much for watching.